we came up this windy road, and we're down in here, one of these two sides. But this is where the you can see from the topo. We're up here, and this is the Mount of Beatitudes. Okay, down here is Tabgha. Tabgha is right down over here, and we're going to be going down there. That's where the disciples would fish in that area. That was the place where they did their fishing. And it's the reason they do. The main fish in this area is the tilapia, and tilapia was called in, I believe it's Arabic, musht. That means comb, and it had to do with the comb on his back.
Can I say add to that? Sorry. Tilapia, the official name is Tilapia Galilea. In Arabic it's called musht, you're absolutely right, but the Hebrew name is very interesting. It's called Ima Nun, Amnon. Ima Nun, mother fish. Nun is another fish. You can say fish dag or nun, but the biblical word was nun. And why? Because he takes care of the baby ones in his mouth. Right. Ima Nun, mother fish. Go ahead, okay. Sorry.
There's a man, did Mendel Nun die? There's a man that his last name is Nun, right. Mendel Nun. And that would be fish, just as she said. Mendel Nun is, I don't know if he's in his 90s, 80s, over in his 90s. He's called the father of the Galilee. And he's lived all his life here.
In Engeb, we're going to be there.
And we're going to be there, that's where we're going to eat. In Engeb, right on around the coastline here. And when Shannon and I were on our dig, which is on the other side, at Kersey, one day Mendel Nun came. And I got to meet him and took a picture. I have a picture here on my iPad of Mendel Nun.
You have to see it.
That was thrilling for me to be able to meet him.
No degree, but he's #1 in fishing and boats and sailing around Sea of Galilee.
And there's a booklet that he's written about fishing.
You can buy it at the ancient boat.
Yeah, and you can get it down here at the little museum at Engeb. So it's I have the little booklet, and I wish I'd had it in time to get him to sign it. But I didn't have it, well I had it, but I left it in Rocky Mount. I got it years before. And so I was able to meet Mendel Nun. Nun, then, you know now what it means? Fish. But anyway, we're going to eat the tilapia. And, but the tilapia is not the fish that had the coin in its mouth. And there's a reason for that. Tilapia eats plankton, not a bottom feeder. There's a fish here that eats from the bottom called the barbel. And the barbel is like a catfish. Exactly. And that would be the one that would have the coin in its mouth.
I saw one last night. It was probably about that big.
Yeah, right.
Very big.
Right. Now, you catch those with a hook. But the fishing that the disciples did was with a net. So they didn't use the hook. But they had to use a hook, and the Bible even clearly states that he used a hook and caught that fish, so it was a barbel who would suck that in. But you wouldn't catch the tilapia. They're caught with a net. There's lots of interesting things about that. I'll let you get the book, and then you can read all about that. But anyway, Tabgha is right here. There are, and right beside it, and it's really a part of it, is Mesa Christi, the table of Christ. And it was in that area where Christ said, "Lovest thou me?" We'll go there. So we'll talk about that. There are 7 springs at least there, maybe more. And it was because of those warm springs, the fish, because the tilapia is actually a tropical fish. So you
have it in Florida a lot.
Yeah, you do. So they were attracted to the warm water. That's why they would fish on this end and not the south end of the Sea of Galilee. The warm water was up here. So anyway, that's Tabgha. And then you come right on over here. I'm guessing about 2 miles. I don't know. It's Capernaum right there. You just see the beginning of it. Capernaum is right in here. And so if we stand and you look off down that way, back in there, just around the corner, is Capernaum. So there's Capernaum. Tabgha is right down here. And so he went up into a mountain to pray. Could have come right up here, above where they fished, and it would be here that he prayed. And as I just read to you, he prayed all night. After his prayer, crowds began to gather. Luke says he went down into a plain and said these words. So it's possible, if you look right over here, you see this area?
It's like a natural theater.
It's a natural theater, exactly. And we'll give you a better view in a few minutes. But it's kind of like, let me cup my hand, like that. Sea of Galilee down here, we're up here, and it's kind of a cupped area, right in here. A perfect theater. You can stand there and talk and be heard by hundreds of thousands.
They did some experiment and they blew balloon, and you could hear it all the way up because it carries the sound.
So it's just a perfect place for the sound to carry. And so you could gather thousands of people there, and it would probably be there that the Lord uttered the words of Matthew 5.